Prince Rogers Nelson was born June 7, 1958. He was an American singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, record producer, dancer, actor, and director. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest musicians of his generation. Considered a guitar virtuoso, he was well known for his eclectic work across multiple genres, flamboyant and androgynous persona, and wide vocal range, which included a far-reaching falsetto and high-pitched screams. Prince Rogers Nelson was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He is the son of a jazz singer, Mattie Della, and pianist and songwriter John Lewis Nelson. All four of his grandparents hailed from Louisiana. Prince was given his father's stage name, Prince Rogers, which his father used while performing with his mother in a jazz group called the Prince Rogers Trio. Prince was not fond of his name and wanted people to call him Skipper, a name which stuck throughout his childhood. Prince said he was born epileptic and had seizures when he was young. He stated, "My mother told me one day I walked into her room and said, 'Mom, I'm not going to be sick anymore.' And she said, 'Why?' And I said, 'Because an angel told me so.'" When he was in high school, Prince was trained in classical ballet at the Minnesota Dance Theater through the Urban Arts Program of Minneapolis Public Schools. Prince wrote his first song, Funk Machine, on his father's piano when he was 7. His parents divorced when he was 10. His mother remarried to Hayward Baker. Baker took Prince to see James Brown in concert, and he credited Baker with improving the family's finances. After a brief period of living with his father, who brought him his first guitar, Prince moved into the basement of his neighbors, the Anderson family, after his father kicked him out. He attended Minneapolis' Bryant Junior High and then Central High School, where he played football, basketball, and baseball. Prince met songwriter and producer Jimmy Jam in 1973 and impressed him with his musical talent, early mastery of a wide range of instruments, and work ethic. Prince signed a recording contract with Warner Brothers. The record company agreed to give Prince creative control for 3 albums and retained his publishing rights. Husney and Prince left Minneapolis and moved to Sausalito, California, where Prince's first album, For You, was recorded at Record Plant Studios. The album was mixed in Los Angeles and released on April 7, 1978. According to the For You album notes, Prince wrote, produced, arranged, composed, and played all 27 instruments on the recording. In 1980, Prince released the album Dirty Mind and was described by Stephen Thomas as a stunning, audacious amalgam of funk, new wave, R&B, and pop. His album was certified gold, and the single Uptown reached number 5 on the Billboard Dance Chart and number 5 on the Hot Soul Singles Chart. Prince was also the opening act for Rick James' 1980 Fire It Up tour. Prince's Little Red Corvette was one of the first 2 videos by black artists, along with Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, played in heavy rotation on MTV, which had been perceived as against black music until CBS president Walter Yetnikoff threatened to pull all CBS videos. Prince and Jackson had a competitive rivalry, not just on musical success, but also athletically. Prince required his management to obtain a deal for him to star in a major motion picture, despite the fact that his exposure at that time was limited to several pop and R&B hits, music videos, and occasional TV performances. This resulted in the hit film Purple Rain in 1984, which starred Prince and was loosely autobiographical, and the studio album, which was also the soundtrack to the film. The Purple Rain album sold more than 13 million copies in the U.S. and spent 24 consecutive weeks at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart. The film won Prince an Academy Award for Best Original Song Score and grossed over $68 million in the U.S., which is equivalent to $167 million in 2019 dollars. The Purple Rain album is ranked 8th in the Rolling Stones 500 Greatest Albums of All Time. It is also included on the list of Time magazine's all-time 100 albums. After disbanding the Revolution, Prince went on to achieve continued critical success with Sign of the Times in 1987. In the midst of a contractual dispute with Warner Brothers in 1993, he changed his stage name to the unpronounceable symbol, known to fans as the love symbol, and was sometimes referred to as the artist formerly known as Prince, or simply the artist. He signed with Arista Records in 1988 and began referring to himself by his own name again in 2000. After returning to mainstream prominence following a performance at the Grammy Awards ceremony in 2004, he scored 6 U.S. top 10 albums over the following decade. Joni Mitchell said of Prince, "He's driven like an artist. His motivations are growth and experimentation as opposed to formula and hits." In midlife, Prince reportedly experienced considerable pain from injuries to his body, mainly hips, sustained through his dynamic stage performances, which included leaping off speaker stacks in high heels, and was sometimes seen using a cane. In April 2016, at the age of 57, Prince died of an accidental fentanyl overdose at his Paisley Park home and recording studio in Minnesota. Prince sold over 150 million records worldwide, ranking him among the best-selling music artists of all time. His awards included the Grammy President's Merit Award, the American Music Awards for Achievement and of Merit, the Billboard Icon Award, an Academy Award, and a Golden Globe Award. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004, the UK Music Hall of Fame in 2006, and the Rhythm and Blues Music Hall of Fame in 2016. Please check out the Spotify list of Prince's music, and I'll be doing a rendition of Raspberry Beret. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, up! I was working down crime in a 5 and dime. My boss was Mr. McGee. He told me several times that he didn't like my kind, 'cause I was a bit too leisurely. Seems I was busy doing something close to nothing but different than the day before. That's when I saw her, I saw her. She walked in through the outdoor. She wore a Raspberry Beret, the kind you find in the second-hand store. Raspberry Beret. And if it was warm, she wouldn't wear much more. Raspberry Beret. I think I love her. Built like she was, she had the nerve to ask me if I planned to do her any harm. So I look here, I put her on my back, and we went riding down Old Man Johnson's farm. Said now overcast days never turned me on, but something about the clouds had a mixed. She wasn't too bright, but I could tell when she kissed me, she knew how to get her kicks. She wore a Raspberry Beret, kind you find in the second-hand store. Raspberry Beret. And if it was warm, she wouldn't wear much more. Raspberry Beret.